The First Opium War from 1839 to 1842. Here is the situation between the Chinese and the British. At this time, China was a very old country whose ideas and culture has lasted over 2,000 years. The people in China were content with their way of life and they had little interest in the Western world. The Western nations at the same time, however, who have grown from the development of trade, wanted to expand their influence even more. They sought trade with China. Tea, grown in China, had become a very popular drink in Great Britain. As a result, Great Britain was very eager to trade with China for its tea. The Chinese were very reluctant, but they allowed the British to use the seaport in Canton. However, they were reluctant to let the Western ideas affect their society, so they only used the port in Canton. After a time, the British decided that they needed to balance their trade. They not only wanted to buy from the Chinese, but they also wanted to sell to them. So, they decided to sell opium. At the time, opium was grown mainly in India and was used to make morphine and heroin. The Chinese government tried to limit trade of the substance because of its debilitating effects and because of the expensiveness of the drug. Thus, in 1838, China put into place a law that anyone dealing with opium would be put to death. Afterwards, China began to destroy any opium entering the country. Thus begins the Opium War. From 1839 to 1842, the war was fought, but due to China's lack of firepower, they were overwhelmed by the British. In the end, a peace treaty was signed that allowed the British to trade in more ports in China. Eventually, opium was legalized and a country of invasion and humiliation of a very proud country commenced.